So you've poured your heart and soul into creating your music. You've spent countless hours in the studio perfecting every beat, every lyric, every melody. The final mix is done, and it sounds incredible. But here's the thing, making great music is only half the battle. The other, arguably harder, half is getting people to actually hear it. It's a crowded world out there, with new tracks dropping every single second. How do you cut through all that noise? Today we're diving into the top strategies every independent artist needs to promote their music effectively. We're going to break down the real, actionable steps you can take to build an audience from the ground up. This isn't about some magic formula or a get-famous-quick scheme. This is about building a sustainable career on your own terms. For independent artists, the game has completely changed. You don't need a massive record label with a huge budget behind you anymore. You have access to the same tools, the same platforms as the biggest stars in the world. The key is knowing how to use them strategically. We're going to cover everything from leveraging the power of social media to the underrated art of email marketing, and how to make every move count. Think of this video as your toolkit. I've broken it down into 7 key areas, 7 pillars of modern music promotion that you can start implementing right now. Whether you're just starting out with your first single, or you've been releasing music for a while and feel like you've hit a plateau, there's something in here for you. We're going to get into the details, the nuances, and the stuff that actually moves the needle. So grab a notepad, get comfortable, and let's get into it. This is how you build a real engaged fan base for your music. Alright, first up, building a strong social media presence. Now, I know what you're thinking, duh, social media. But it's not just about posting your album art with a link and calling it a day. It's about building a genuine, authentic connection. Think of your social media profiles as your digital storefront, your personal headquarters. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and even Twitter are where potential fans will meet you for the first time. So, the content needs to be more than just promotional. It needs to be personal. Show them the behind the scenes, the process of writing a song, the gear you're using, the struggles, the victories. People connect with people, not just with products. Consistency is also a huge piece of this puzzle. You have to show up regularly. This doesn't mean you need to post 10 times a day, but find a rhythm that works for you and stick to it. This consistency builds expectation and keeps you top of mind. And engagement is a two-way street. When someone comments on your post, reply to them. Ask questions in your captions. Go live and just talk to your audience. The algorithm rewards this kind of interaction, but more importantly, it turns passive listeners into active, dedicated fans who feel like they're a part of your journey. That's the real currency here. Okay, let's talk about collaboration. This is one of the most powerful and often underutilized growth hacks for independent artists. When you collaborate with another musician, you're not just making a new track, you're creating a bridge between two audiences. Think about it, you have your fan base, and they have theirs. By working together, you're essentially introducing your music to a whole new group of people who are already predisposed to like the kind of stuff you're making. It's a warm introduction which is way more effective than a cold one. It's cross-promotion at its finest. The key here is to find the right fit. You want to work with artists who are in a similar genre but not identical, and maybe at a similar level in their career, or slightly above. Reach out to people whose music you genuinely admire. Don't just send a generic "wanna collab" message. Be specific. Tell them what you like about their work, and maybe even have a rough idea or a demo ready to share. This isn't just a transaction, it's about building relationships within the music community. These connections can lead to more than just one song. They can lead to show swaps, shared resources, and a support system that is invaluable in this industry. So you've got the song, and it's a banger. Now, how do we get it in front of thousands or even millions of potential listeners? The answer in 2024 is playlists. Getting your music onto curated playlists on platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, or even YouTube is a massive catalyst for discovery. These aren't just collections of songs, they are powerful engines for streams and visibility. A single placement on a popular playlist, whether it's an official editorial one from Spotify or a popular user-curated list, can completely change the trajectory of a song. It's the modern-day equivalent of getting your song on the radio. So, how do you do it? For official Spotify playlists, you need to use the Spotify for Artists dashboard. You have to submit your song at least a week, preferably more, before its release date. When you submit, you can tag it with specific genres, moods, and instruments. Be as detailed and accurate as possible. This data helps the editors find your track. For independent curators, it's more of a manual process. You need to do your research. Find playlists that fit your vibe. Find the curator's contact info, often in the playlist description or their social media bio, and send a polite, personalized pitch. Don't just spam them. Build a relationship and make it easy for them to listen. In this digital-first world, it's easy to forget about what's right outside your door. But engaging with your local community is honestly a foundational piece of building a real-world fan base. These are the people who will show up to your first headlining show. Performing at local venues, open mic nights, and community events is like building your house on a solid rock foundation. It's where you can really hone your live performance skills, get immediate feedback on your music, and make face-to-face connections that are, so much stronger than a digital like. These are your first true advocates. It's not just about being on stage either. It's about being part of the scene. Go to other local artist shows, support the venues that support local music, network with the sound engineers, the promoters, the local music bloggers, and the photographers. These relationships are your local ecosystem. When you're an active, supportive member of your community, that community will support you back. This grassroots approach builds a loyal, dedicated following that can then ripple outwards as your career grows. Don't underestimate the power of home field advantage. Alright, let's talk about something that might not sound as flashy as TikTok or Spotify playlists, but is arguably one of your most valuable assets, an email list. Here's why it's so important. You don't own your followers on Instagram or TikTok. An algorithm change or a platform disappearing could wipe out your connection to your audience overnight. But your email list? That's yours. It's a direct, unfiltered line of communication to your most dedicated fans. These are the people who have explicitly said, "Yes, I want to hear from you." That's an incredibly powerful thing. Building this list should be a constant, low-key priority. Have a sign-up form on your website. Put a link in your social media bios. Offer a small incentive, like a free download of an unreleased track or exclusive behind-the-scenes content, in exchange for an email address. Then, use that list respectfully. Don't just spam them with "buy my new song" messages. Share stories, give them early access to tickets or new music, and make them feel like insiders. An engaged email list is the core of your fan base. They'll be the first to stream your new release, buy your merch, and get tickets to your show. Getting featured by music blogs, online magazines, and respected influencers is about building credibility. It's third-party validation. When someone who is seen as a tastemaker, says your music is good, it carries a different kind of weight. A positive review or a feature can introduce your music to a new, highly engaged audience that trusts that source for music discovery. It's social proof, and it can be a huge factor in convincing a casual listener to take a chance on you. This is how you start to build a narrative around your art. The approach here requires research and professionalism. Identify the blogs and publications that cover music similar to yours. Don't waste your time pitching a hip-hop track to a folk blog. Once you have your list, find their submission guidelines and follow them to the letter. Craft a personalized email. Introduce yourself briefly, explain why you think your music is a good fit for their specific audience, and include a private streaming link, like SoundCloud, your press photos, and a short bio. Make it as easy as possible for them to say yes. It's a numbers game and you'll get a lot of non-replies, but the yeses you do get can be game changers. Finally, let's talk about putting some money behind your music. Running targeted ads on social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok can be an incredibly efficient way to reach new listeners. The beauty of these platforms is the level of detail you can get with your targeting. You're not just throwing your money into the void. You can target users based on their location, their age, their interests, and even the other artists they listen to. This means you can put your new song or music video directly in front of people who are very likely to enjoy it. Start small. You don't need a huge budget to see results. You could run a campaign for as little as $5 or $10 a day. The key is to have a clear goal. Are you trying to drive streams to Spotify, get more video views on YouTube, grow your followers on Instagram, tailor your ad creative and your call to action to that specific goal, use high-quality video or imagery, ideally a compelling 15-second clip from your music video? Then monitor the results. See what's working and what's not, and be ready to tweak your targeting and creative to optimize your spend. When done right, paid ads can be a powerful accelerator for all your other promotional efforts. So there you have it, 7 concrete, actionable strategies you can start using today to promote your music. It's a lot, I know, but the key is to not get overwhelmed. You don't have to do everything all at once. Pick 1 or 2 of these areas that resonate with you the most, maybe social media or local gigs, and really focus on executing them well. Build momentum there, and then start layering in the other strategies. This is a marathon, not a sprint, and consistency is what will ultimately lead to real sustainable growth. The power is truly in your hands to build a career. Now I want to hear from you. I encourage you to try these strategies and see what works. Every artist's journey is unique, so your results will be too. Come back here and share your experiences in the comments below. What's been your most effective promotional tool? What challenges are you facing? The comment section can be an incredible resource for everyone to learn from each other's wins and losses. Let's build a community of artists helping artists right here. It's that collaborative spirit we talked about, and it can start now. And of course, if you found this video helpful and want more deep dives into the music industry, more tips and strategies to help you build your career, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the